EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Humphrey.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
From the 17, Breeze. That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders there to make the grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Carrier.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now Breeze lost the football. The Ravens have got it.
Give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run. It's Mark Ingram. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Made the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Brees finding Kamara, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
And 7.
Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now it's the backup Winston. And he finds Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Throwing now is Brees. Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
They'll take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
This will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's brought down at the 50.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Raven, 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Ingram. And he he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
He's brought down at the...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Wants to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, Ravens nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10. At their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And the Saints pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Jackson from the shotgun. He uncorks it for Snead. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
For the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. A nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Room here to run. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half two.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs, and have that relentless. Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action. Breeze. Intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. Return will stop right around the 25. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
7 yards.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Ingram. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
And it's 3rd down.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He may try and run for this. Jackson hit and he lost the football. The Saints say they have it and they do. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play in the drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
17-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run. It's Kamara, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First down, Baltimore.
Jackson on 1st down. They're going deep downfield for Boykin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter what this man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and up forced the incompletion.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. David Onyemata, his second sack of the night.
So many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves up.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
What's good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone, and Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. The throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And my goodness, another interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
2nd and 10. At the 25.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Breeze is looking to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
On 3rd down, here's Camaro. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's incomplete. The starts rolling to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long. The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. They'll run
This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second and 9, Rippon. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle.
He was brought down by Michael O.J. Mudia.
We're scoreless after one.
End of the first quarter with no score.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now Burrow to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And Tate's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
He was brought down by Alex.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Broncos nothing.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
By the Broncos.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
10.
With Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2 yards.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun is Rippon. Going up top. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
The kickoff for Denver.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The return man, Wilson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Green's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first down, Bernard. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
25-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Complete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards.
From the gun, Rippon. He's got his 6'5 receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Rippon. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to it? That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And the reception made by Green. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
That's good.
A good pickup there at 22.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Mike Purcell with the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Drew Sample there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Pulled it good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 33. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
31-yard line.
Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Given 16 yards on the play. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.